Take It All by Adele is not crazy hard. There's a bunch of parts, but they're sort of recycled. The part we're going to learn first is the verse, and it sounds like this. And that part's just going to loop. So that's your verse, and it's really 8 chords. I've thrown a couple of extra notes in there, and I'll show you how to play that, and you can decide for yourself if you want to play just a straight up chord or you want to play my version. But you're going to start with the C, and I'm playing it like this. I'm playing C's in my left hand. You can play both. If you can, if you can reach octaves, you can play 2. Otherwise, you can just play 1. And the key thing here is these 2 notes that I'm playing with my right hand, the G and the E. And so basically, if you think about this being if you think about this E being an octave lower, you can see that that's a C chord, but I've spread it out. And the C and the E are going to move sort of down like this, one white note at a time. So the first chord is a C, and then the next chord is a G over a B, but watch how we can play it. We're just going to move the pinky down to this D and the C here in my left hand down to a B. And there's our G over a B. The third chord is an A minor, so if this left hand were to keep going down a white note and I were to just play an A minor chord with my right hand, which is an A, a C, and an E, then we'd have their third chord. Our fourth chord is similar. Once again, it's almost like everything. You can keep this pinky where it is, this right hand pinky at the top where it is, and move everything else down one white note. And there's your E minor over a G. That's the fourth chord. Sometimes I keep that C in there because I like that interesting sort of minor second there. Gives it an interesting sort of color. All right. So that's your E minor over G. The fifth chord is a D over an F sharp. So I jump everything down like this. So you've got an F sharp in your left hand. You've got an F sharp, an A, and a D in your right hand. Okay. You're going to move to a C over an E. I'm playing this like this. I'm playing an E in my left hand. That's the over the E part. E in my left hand. A G and a C in my right hand. That moves to a D. So I move my right hand back to where it was before. I've got this F sharp, an A, and a D. And my left hand is playing a D. And the last chord in the verse chunk it's like a C9. You just play the C in your left hand. I sometimes play a C6/9, the sixth chord here, but you can just play a C chord, so C in your left hand, E in your right hand, G in your right hand, and if you come up here and grab a D, that'll give you something pretty close to the chord. So that's your verse loop. I'll show you one more time, all in order. I know I'm going a little bit quick, but there's kind of a lot of parts to learn, so I'm clipping through. You've got C, C over a B, A minor, E minor over a G. You move to a D over an F sharp. Here's your F sharp in the left hand. C over an E. The left hand is just still walking down. It keeps going down to a D, and then to a D6/9 or a C6/9 or a C with this 9, this D in your right hand. So that's your verse chunk. You play that like 3 times at first, and then you're going to go into your chorus block. And the chorus block starts exactly the same as the verse block. You still have that C. You still have that G over that B. Everything's the same. You still have that A minor. And you still have that E minor over the G. Or if you like to add that C, you can totally do that. And here's where it gets different. The last 4 chords are different from the verse. Instead of going to that F sharp, you're going to go to an F chord. Okay, so the left hand is playing an F. Your right hand has an A, a C, an F. You're going to come, everything is going to move up one white note to get to a G. So your left hand moves up to that G. Your right hand has a B, a D, and a G. And I like to do this little walk into the next. The next chord is an E7. And I play it like this, which is going to seem crazy to some people. And that's okay. You don't have to play it this. You don't have to play this many notes. But I like to play an E, a B, another E with my left hand. I like to sneak my right thumb under to this D. A G sharp, a B, and then E. Now, if you can't reach all that, the key is really these 4 notes in the middle here: the D, the E, the G sharp, and the B. That's your E7. And then you're going to go to an A minor. And so you've played this chord before. You've got A's in your left hand, or 1 if you can't reach. A, C, and E in your right hand. And that's basically your chorus part. I mean, it has this other part afterwards that I'm kind of calling the transition block, which sounds like this. With my love, just take it all. With my love. It's like that part. You play it twice. So I'm going to show you that little transition block. I'm going to call it a transition block, but you can think about it being connected to the chorus. So you've got a D minor. You're going to play like this. You're going to play a D with your left hand, an F and a C with your right hand. And the C is going to stay where it is here in the right hand. And you're just going to move everything else up one white note at a time. So it's like this: D minor. These move up one white note. This stays where it is, but you play it again. E minor, basically. Well, it's kind of like a C over an E. E, G, C, up to an F. So F, and then A and C in your right hand. With my love. And you finish on a C chord. I like to play it fairly thick, like a sort of lot of notes. So I've got C, G, and C in my left hand. E, G, and C in my right hand. And I do this little like back and forth, and that's really just between an F chord. So the right hand is playing this E and this G, and you just go up one white note really quick to the F and the A, and back to the E and the G. And then you repeat that block. D minor, C over an E, F, and then to that C. So that's most of the song. I know I threw a lot of chunks at you fast, but if you're pausing this video and learning the parts as you go, you should have most of the song now. So after you get through that transition block, you go back to the beginning, you play the verses, you play through the chorus, blah, 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 blah. You play through it all again, and you get to this bridge section. The bridge section sounds like this. I'm not going to try and sing it. Or maybe little parts. Na, 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 na. So you notice that part has it has that similar transition block, but it's a little different. I got to dig into it there. So that bridge section starts with a B flat. So I'm just playing B flats with my left hand, F, B flat, D, and F with my right hand. If you can't reach all that, you can drop out this F in your right hand and just play those three. That's probably easiest. Then you're gonna move to an A minor, and that's just A's in your left hand, A, C, and E in your right hand. And then I move to an F6, and I like to play it like this: F, C, and F in my left hand, A, C, and D in my right hand. No, 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 no. I don't remember the lyrics. Then you go to a C. You just end on a C for this little 4-chord part. C's in your left hand, G, C, and E. Then I do this little like triplet walk up. And that's C, D, D sharp. And then you go to this E. It's really an E7. So I play it the same way I played that other E7. I've got my E, B, and E in my left hand. I sneak the right thumb under, grab a D, a G sharp, a B, and another E. That's a lot of stuff. I like it because I can sort of do this like really thick wiggle at that part and get like a nice effect. You can totally cut out notes and just play these four: the D, E, G sharp, and B. That's the E7, and then you get to this A minor, and you're just going to be on that A minor for a quick little spell. A's in your left hand, A, C, and E in your right hand, and almost immediately you're going to jump into that something very close to that transition block. Just take it all with my love. You notice it's a little different. So what we've got going there, you still have that D minor, you still have that C over the E, you still have that F, just like before, but now you're going to add two chords. You're going to add a G over an A, so your right hand is going to play a G chord, that's a G, a B, and a D, while your left hand plays an A. It sounds very like jazzy, unresolved, sort of loungy. You're going to slide everything down one white note to the left, and that gives you an F over a G. F, A, and C over a G. and then you would sing, or someone else would sing, with my love, and then you can go to that C to sort of complete that part, the bridge. C, G, C in your left hand. You guys have played this one. E, G, and C in your right hand. And so the only thing to remember is that right out of that C, you go right into a verse. It's not that you don't really hold that C. You're like immediately into that verse chunk, and you're only going to play it once this time. That G over the B, the A minor, the E, G. You're going to really want to play this with the recording so you hear exactly how the parts fit together. And you'll be able to figure it out. I've taught you the main blocks. And after you go through that once, you're going to do the chorus twice. And you're going to know that the chorus is about to start because the background singers go, Adele sings like, take it, and the background singers go, take it! Except it sounds better. And then you're into the chorus section, and that's how you know you're going to do this part. The F, G, E7, A minor. You'll remember if you remember the chorus block. Now the only other thing I need to show you, I know I'm throwing a ton at you, and I'm sorry about that, but kind of got to keep going. The end block is very similar to that transition block. Just take it all with my love. So the first chunk of the end block is exactly the same as that transition block. It gets a little bit different on the second one. You repeat it again. You do that D minor, that C over an E, the F with my love. And instead of going to the C for the second one, you go to an A minor chord. A's in your left hand, A, C, E, another A in your right hand. And then you finish the song by going back to that normal transition block. The D minor, the C over the E, the F with my love. Finish on a C and you're good. That's the whole song. Hey, thanks for watching. I want to let you know that this video is made possible by the generous support of my patrons, members of JoeRaciti.com, and by my awesome subscriber base. Thank you all so much for your support. It means so much to me. If you want to take your support to the next level, if you think that my goal of bringing high quality music education to the entire world is a meaningful goal and one that we can accomplish together, I hope you'll consider taking one of those 3 basic actions to support me. They're small things to do, but they make a huge difference. I'm one person creating many, many videos for the whole world. Every little bit of support counts. So I hope you'll consider. Check out the annotations in this video over, oh, here we go. Woo! Check out these annotations and check out the links in the description field of the video. Those 3 actions do a lot for me. I'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye. Don't forget about the links. Bye-bye. And they're in the description too. Bye. And you can stick around for a little while. I mean, if you want to see me make a total fool out of myself. Also, it's about to rain, so I'll probably get totally soaked in a second if you just wait long enough. Actually, maybe you should just click on the links and go, because it's going to be embarrassing and I'm going to get wet and it's going to look weird. I just think, you should probably just leave. Yeah. I'm going to leave soon, so you probably should. Bye.